How do? I'm Andy T, and this is my mate Boy, who we've known each other for nigh on 50 years. And we're the Morecambe and Wise of poetry, but we're not funny. Put a pound in the box to ease your conscience. Put a pound in the box, pretend you care. Put a cross in the box, choose your oppression. Put a cross in the box, pretend you care. One nation under constant surveillance, the powers that be demand your compliance, pacified and sedated by the life that you choose, all the pleasures created to soften your views. If you choose to live within your comfort zone, subdued and relaxed in your beautiful home, seduced and protected by the treasures you buy, to work and consume till the moment you die. Put a pound in the box to ease your conscience. Put a pound in the box, pretend you care. Put a cross in the box, choose your oppression. Put a cross in the box and pretend you care.
This is something that I wrote on Thursday. So obviously I've never done anything with it before. And it's about the double speak that we get from our glorious leaders. Is it do as I say, not do as I do? Or do actions speak louder than words? Imagine a turkey voting for Christmas and feeling as free as a bird. If all of the world is a stage, in a lifetime we play many roles. How can we be true to ourselves while we are selling our souls? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, speaks a person who must possess. But you can't judge a book by its cover, that's just an uneducated guess. Truth is the first casualty of war. Ask no questions, hear no lies. But seeing is believing. We saw the thunder unleashed from the skies. Someone is taking the proverbial, pulling the collective plunker, creating a climate of us against them as a way to divide and to conquer. Misinformation, propaganda as parable and allegory. The fiddler, he fiddles, he speaks in riddles through a smokescreen so we don't see. Practice makes perfect, prepare to fail by failing to prepare. A picture is worth 1,000 words, all in love is fair. Money isn't everything, you know, put a tiger in your tank. Oil is the king right now, save the planet, no thanks. Majority rules, many hands make light work. Kill two birds with one stone. The one who trusts most always gets hurt. Together they all cry alone. The grass is greener on the other side. To get to it, here's what they do. Give the dog a bad name, hang the dog high, and smile as they watch it turn blue. The master paints a word picture with which to embellish the facts. The ignorant blinded by science and jokers are dealt from the pack. Misinformation, propaganda, catchphrases emphasized. The devil lurks in the detail, which is where they hide the lies.
The first thing that I ever learned, apart from how to kill, was payday is on Friday and shit don't roll uphill. The fighting and the screaming, the bruising and the tears, they never really fade away. They stay with you for years. The sound of one hand clapping is a cold hard slap in the face. It seems there is no stopping the decline of the human race. The dreams we have as children can so easily be turned to dust. We must learn to break the cycle with love and peace and trust. Thank you.
I'm on ecology now. Our settlement was tiny, but we had water to drink. To clean ourselves and travel over to other outposts, we were linked. The fish from it we fed upon. It gave us moisture for crops that we tended. It was pure and clean and natural. On it we depended. Tales from the riverbank, tales from the river, of how it sustained human life, its riches it did give us. The settlement grew larger. We had more mouths to feed. We took the river for granted, as it had always served our needs, polluting it with effluents and slaughtered animal waste, until we noticed it was discoloured and it had a bitter, horrible taste. Tales from the riverbank, tales from the river, poisoning the precious gift, killing off the giver. We proceeded to abuse nature as we spread and industrialised, trading and making money all important in our lives. Turned the water into a rancid sewer, rat infested, it stank like a corpse. The source of life we suffocated without a second thought. Tales from the riverbank, tales from the river, tales of renewal are just promises that are never delivered.
All the children of the revolution, can you tell me what has occurred? It appears as if insurrection has nowadays become a dirty word. I wonder where all the anger went. Maybe it's gone to anger management. Maybe bought off with a lifestyle choice. All the latest gadgets to silence your voice. Whatever happened to the counterculture? Where did all the protesters go? Did we really believe in no future? Over 45 years ago? Where is the noise of youthful resistance? Are they screaming in the darkness still? The barricades have long since come down, the brain deadened and the spirit killed. Now they dance to a corporate drumbeat, separated by fashion into disparate tribes. Will they stand up and try to make a difference, or hold a hand out to accept the bribes? You've only got one voice, you've only got one choice. This is your last and final chance. Stand up for something, or simply dance.
I'm doing one about culture as well, but I'm on a time machine. I'm going backwards to the year of 1975, which was a pivotal year. It was the sort of year when the 60s ended and we waited for the 70s to truly begin. The faces split, the dame had flown, hard rock closed, stone ground gone, trying new places, looking around from the deathbed of the underground. People look stupid, trousers too flared, lapels too wide, dandruff, long hair. In high heels, see them totter and stumble, ugly and taste-free, this city a jungle. 1975, oh what a state. 1975, there was so much to hate. 1975 was the no escape from the mediocrity that engulfed us. The elf had stopped bopping. The rollers, they reigned, the front on the rise, the whole world insane. Casual racists that working in pubs, they turned us off, so we turned on to drugs. Speed cooked in bathtubs, harsh and unclean, barbiturates numbed us. Sleepwalking, no dreams, the acid was potent. We used to trip, see into our souls for a little bit. 1975 was rubbish. 1975 was a drag. For 1976 we waited and we prayed it wouldn't be quite as bad. On the terraces there was ultra-violence, a form of dissent that they couldn't silence. The spirit of anarchy was in the air. Unwelcome still, we went where even angels feared to tread. Filled the authorities with dread, ducking beneath swinging police batons, looking for kicks and making something happen. 1975 was a quagmire. 1975 was old and tired. The post-war dream did no longer inspire. 1975 had to be burned on the bonfire. A change had to come.
This one's a bit about the change that came. Lounging about down Oxford Road, the Bowie freaks and Roxy clones, dressing up and dressing down, looking sharp, just hanging round. Some lads came from London town, with attitude and a different sound. Tight trousers, torn shirts and yellow teeth, exuding the power of self-belief. A bomb goes off in the minds of those who realise it's not just a pose. Something different is now allowed. A small audience becomes a crowd. Take the 17 bus down Rochdale Road on a Sunday night in the rain and cold. Some good, some great, some wearing suits, all dancing now in baseball boots. Dodging bricks and Perry boys, keen to hear this great new noise. All jump on stage and try their best, with stolen guitars and an all-string vest, with love and joy and a couple of chords, armed with several well-chosen words. The papers feared a youthful revolt. They blame Rick Wakeman, though it wasn't his fault. They said, you can't play. We said, who cares? We will no longer just sit and stare at bands with light shows and greasy hair, while the stench of patchouli chokes the air. The 20-minute solos of great renown bored us witless and brought us down. Give us Ramone's song, short and sweet, to Collyhurst from the New York street. Now 40-odd years have been and gone. The beautiful attitude rumbles on, and some of us are thankfully still around. We'll always remember that Manchester sound. Yeah, we still remember that Manchester's sound.
After that inspiring stuff, this is one about death. It's a true story about a family that I grew up with. It's called the Wilsons. The Wilsons were my childhood friends. We schooled together and played to day's end. Rough and tumble, tears and laughs, sarsaparilla, hide, swimming baths. The eldest, Lynn, first unravelled with a marriage breakdown and the bottle, and she was plunged into homelessness, poor mental health, constant stress. Something was wrong with the Wilsons. Peering out from a rickety shed, its bare floor became her bed. No surprise when her heart stopped. Worn out, she simply dropped. Her two sons tried to carry on. They grew taller, but they did not grow strong. With demons, they just couldn't cope, and each one dangled from a rope. Something was wrong with the Wilsons. My old friend, John, haunted and gaunt, solitary, walked and walked, shunning anyone he'd meet. It seemed he'd forgotten how to speak. Ragged clothed, old shoes, his liver went, killed by booze. Something was wrong with the Wilsons. Something was terribly wrong. His twin, Gillian, had flown away. She sparkled, but then she turned grey. She withered when she returned, and she too withdrew from the world, a sad spinster in decay. From the sun she hid away, inseparable from her mother. You could hardly tell one from the other. And then Eva died, and all alone Gillian took a life her own. The caged bird at last had flown. An empty house was all she left, its secret safeguarded by death. Something was wrong with the Wilsons. No one could help. Offers were spurned, a wall of silence, so nothing was learned. Boys and girls who'd been my best friends faced such sad and bitter ends. There was nothing that we could do. No one even had a clue of secrets that a front door hides. What happens on the other side? All I know is the Wilsons died. Something was wrong with the Wilsons.
This one's called A Room Full of Friendly Ghosts. My friends seem to be dying by the handful. There will soon be so few of us left. Though it's an obvious crime and a scandal, I try so hard to not feel bereft. I can picture their smiles and the laughter. I can taste their tears through the pain. Though there's always more to come after, we'll never see our favourite ones again. I've been to so many strange funerals, seen my pals disappear up in smoke. As the world seems to fill up with idiots, it seems my life plays the cruelest of jokes. We should celebrate the beauty of life with our memories of the good ones gone. Raise a glass of whatever you're drinking and just hope that you're not the next one. Cheers.
I'm in a time machine again. This is to 17th century London as a teenage homosexual, would you believe? I learned to speak the St. Giles Greek, on the street a living geek, but the Flash Ken and Academy led me towards the three-legged tree. Born was I on a workhouse bed, my birth brought my mother death. I was a parish orphan, a pretty boy, an attribute that I employed. Schooled as a sodomite, I rode the Dragon of St. George on festival night. In chapel, I bargained this body of mine. Flat society's view was I'd crossed the line. Strolling locations only Molly's knew. Amongst the brotherhood, I knelt at the pew, earning coin for lightning and a humble crib. Tricked by my class, but I hadn't yet twigged. I fell into the clutches of ambitious sorts, bribed to seduce and then report on gentry coves who to a spruce prig nattered. I betrayed their trust and their idle chatter. I docked with a dandy as his keeping cull, but in his hard heart I was Nix my doll. Cast out from grace for unnatural sin, impeached on my lover's claim, I corrupted him. Condemned. On my cruel fate I ruminate within the doleful walls of Newgate. 12 bells will ring when it comes my turn to take the fatal journey to Tyburn. No one will shed tears for me as I swing from the three-legged tree, a life of squalor and misery extinguished on the three-legged tree.
This one's about me mum. She had dementia for the last 10 years of her life before she died. Anyway, she used to come out with things that we never knew before. She'd just like randomly say, oh, when I was a kid, I was evacuated in the Second World War and I was abused by the family that looked after me. So anyway, I wrote this poem for me mum. She never lived, she never loved, she never even tried. She kept the pain from childhood buried deep inside. Such things were rarely mentioned, just forgotten or ignored. Pretend they never happened. Remember, there's a war. Evacuated children far away from home, in temporary families, very much alone, preyed upon by wicked men to whom they had no ties, too confused to understand, too young to realise. Hide beneath the bedclothes, just hope he goes away. Make sure your friends from down the road don't come around to play. Returning home to family, life continues on, and no one ever realised that anything was wrong. A life of failed relationships begin now to make sense. Her whole existence tainted by the theft of innocence. Cheers. Thank you.
We're very lucky in this country to have a benefits system, but it has to be said, some of the people who work within the benefits system are a bunch of cunts. So this is about the benefits system. They make me jump through hoops on tired legs. By my fingertips I cling to the ledge. I jump through hoops, I loop the loop. It amuses my tormentors to see me stoop low and accept humiliation. Received a letter from the department. My assistance is stopped. I no longer meet the criteria. Now I've been cut off. So down the rabbit hole I go. I must negotiate hours of unhold music while I'm forced to wait. I wait for an eternity And then the line goes dead. I take another chill pill and I have to try again. I get an automated message from a dislocated voice reeling off online options, but none of them are my choice. I'm dangling on tenterhooks, seriously undermined, show no consideration hanging on this telephone line. I'm fed misinformation in a system designed to confuse a hapless victim within its clutches, psychologically abused. At last, I speak to a human being who instantly transfers my call to a queue for another switchboard. I smash my head against the wall. This labyrinth of officiousness seems designed to make me deterred, prevent me from asking any questions. It's leaving me emotionally disturbed. They make me jump through hoops and loop the loop. My tormentors smile as they see me stoop, low and humiliated.
The war on slugs has become an obsession. Sneaky little creatures that come round messing up my kitchen in the stone dead of night. They always wait until I switch off the light. At getting through tiny holes, they're extremely deft. They need to eat the detritus that we have left. A little bit of food that I have dropped. They're on it with the speed of a motorway cop. I'm not convinced I can easily stop. Slimy little beggars might be for the chop. I couldn't be a Buddhist. I'm not that fond of orange, and nothing rhymes with that, so I'm sucking on a lozenge. All the sunbed girls shouldn't be that shade, looking like they've been tangled with fizzy lemonade, like a 1970s Manchester bus. You've got a pale complexion, you're not one of us. Bus drivers all had cars brown or orange, and now rhymes with that, so I'm filling up the syringe, squirting beer into gaps all around the sink. Copper tape round the overflow might work, I think. Apparently if you throw them over the garden wall, they always find their way back. Their sat-navs must be small. They leave sticky shiny trails across my chopping board with my Japanese chef knife. They will slime no more. My dear old dad let me play with guns. I have a pretty good eye. So I shot a man in Tesco just to watch him die. Sorry going off in a tangent, but it's better than a tangerine. And lots of worms rhyme with that as I load my magazine. Slugs are driving me insane, do you know what I mean? Driving me to distraction, wherever that might be. An Armalite might be overkill, but I'm venting my spleen. Slugs are winning the battle, as ricochets can be mean. Slugs have driven me insane, now the kitchen needs a clean. Slugs have driven me insane, please pass me Mr. Sheen. Not Barry, not Barry, not Barry.
And he's a pacifist vegetarian.
Do you eat slugs?
It was quite simply good luck to be born someplace of wealth and stability where I was safe. A roof over my head, food on the table, blessed with good health, I was not disabled. I could have been birthed into a war zone and been on the receiving end of air raids from a superpower, killing my family and friends. It's all pure chance, I know, that I've got eggs on my plate, that I was not born into poverty, from hunger I have escaped. The fickle finger of fate was kind to me, the fickle finger of fate. There are babies born in circumstances where their kin cannot subsist, where famine culls the weakest ones, a famine that should not exist. I could have been born in a black skin in a time when white men from the sea may have placed me in subhuman bondage and sold me into slavery, sold as a commodity. It's circumstantial, I know, that you are you and I am me, one blessed with comparative wealth, the other a poor refugee, sanctuary, fleeing hate, seeking the fickle finger of fate, was kind to me, the fickle finger of fate. Judge not the less fortunate, judge not, we are all equal and should contemplate the role in our destiny played by fate, by the fickle finger of fate.
You might know somebody like this. The casual racist standing at the bus stop, texting stupid jokes to all his mates. He thinks he's being clever, being cool, spreading little messages of hate. The casual sexist leaning on the bar stool, lustily leering after the barmaid's ass. He thinks his friendly banter is purely harmless. She blankly smiles and pours another glass. There's nothing casual about prejudice. A vicious sense of humour is no one hurt. Intolerance is not a laughing matter, treating human beings just like dirt. The casual fascist standing right beside you starts conversations, I'm not racist, but he joined the EDL, but he can't spell it. If you can't see anything nice, keep it shut. If you can't see anything nice, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, keep it shut.
I have a very close friend whose mother was born in pre-war Germany, a little Jewish girl, and this is about her 6th birthday party. It's such a special day. She's so excited. Mother has said she can have a party. Oh, such sweet anticipation, making sure everything's all right, sandwiches and decorations, balloons inflated and coloured bright, nervously awaiting her big day. She can hardly sit down for a moment. She's never felt so happy. Everything seems perfect. She can only wait for those invited to arrive. There will be games and laughter. Mother has baked a birthday cake. She's the happiest little girl alive. No one comes or sends excuses. No one offers apologies. Not a single friend to count on. Not one, not a single one. That realization causes anguish. That realization causes burning pain. A mother feels devastation. How to a child can she explain? All around is a kind of madness, a contagion that means we must beware. Now we have no more good neighbours, but we have enemies everywhere. They've been whipped up into a frenzy of twisted nationalistic pride. They hate us now, my innocent child, so much that they want us to die. It's a party, a birthday party for a child. It is the sign of the times. We are cast as scapegoats for their crimes. Any goodness has declined in a nation without backbone, amongst people with a weakened spine. A friend has become hard to find. A strange thing has happened to their minds. No one wants to know our kind, but everyone can read the signs written bold between the lines. An evil thought has infected them, and that evil thought has been passed. The evil thought that they believe in manifests as poison gas.
This one's about having disabilities that people can't see. This is called The Very Angry Raspberry. There's a computer inside my head, controls my body, my arms and legs. Nerves like wires convey my senses, relays commands to my body's defences. Fabulous design in blood and flesh. How we evolved is anyone's guess. I'm not that special, just another human. I thought I could handle the danger looming. I might seem somewhat pathetic. You're politely sympathetic. But please don't pity me. I don't require your sympathy. Working perfectly 50 odd years, one sad day, everyone's worst fears, a fire in the corner that no one sees, no real symptoms like a common disease, no warning signs, a quick explosion, on the circuit board just natural corrosion, burnt out connections, withered and died, life changes suddenly behind these eyes. I might seem somewhat pathetic, while you're politely sympathetic, but please don't pity me. I don't require your empathy. I can taste the frustration with every single breath. It's no exaggeration, there are worse things than death, worse things than prison, like living in a cage, and no one sees the shackles on your limbs that cause the rage. Some seek solace in a bottle. It's over way too soon. Some seek comfort in a needle, trying to reach the moon. Some search for peace in God, hoping for some place nice. But I know there's nothing out there, 'cause I've been there once or twice. They label me a raspberry, they think I'm just a crip, but I'm still a human being, so please don't take the rip. They smile at the raspberry, dismiss me as a crip, but I'm half a human being, so please don't take the rip, rip, rip.
Is this the last one?
I've got another one.
Right, so I've got two then, all right. I'm not very good at fucking counting. I saw you first on TV on the whistle test, my brother and me, then lift off with Aisha and Top of the Pops. Your arrival signalled the 60s had stopped. I went to see you at the Hard Rock, me and David Bowie. My hair cut and dyed in your style, a carrot-top freaky child. I went to school, the headmaster called me a disgrace and disaster, ridiculed by nasty laughter, me and David Bowie. I was not a happy kid, and as I followed what you did, I was left with no hiding place, a barrage of abuse I faced. I cut my nose to spite my face, me and David Bowie. You flew to the USA to reinvent, to Duckingfield was where I went. You stick thin on milk and cocaine, beer and chewing all. For me, my weight was gained. Both of us fucked up in pain, me and David Bowie. Next for you, Berlin with Iggy and Eno. I was night clubbing in the Mayflower and Reno. And as you were making Heroes and Low, I started to get my own thing on the go. I was one of the seeds that Ziggy had sown, me and David Bowie. The decade ended, a new you emerged, a new me too as our paths diverged, separated but I held the view, a part of me was down to you, inspiring me to go and do, me and David Bowie. To live, we must let go, never cling on, to memories on the wind they are gone. But from a distance I kept half an eye, and your artistic renaissance another high, and then you died. And for us I cried, for me and David Bowie.
This one's a nice jolly one. This is called Happy Slappy Hate Crime. Violence makes your cock hard. Tonight you almost came. Pain's an aphrodisiac in your sordid little game. Pick a stranger out at night, it doesn't matter who. Any colour, creed or sex, they're all the same to you. You search for random victims, always with your mates. One of them will film it, whilst another masturbates. Put the clip on YouTube to watch when you're in bed. Remember the excitement as you smash somebody's head. You tried it with a girl once, but you felt like a jerk. So you slapped her and she cried, and that made it work. You're laughing as she lies there, screaming, please don't hurt. But you're too far excited, treating her like dirt. Now you get to know with violence, you can get your sexual kick. Tears and humiliation will get the job done quick. Finally, weak and vulnerable, and beat them with a stick. You think you're big and clever, I think you're fucking sick. You attacked the wrong person, picked an undercover cop, and when they slapped the handcuffs on, you came on the spot. Now you're out in prison, your cellmate calls you bitch. He can be nice or nasty, it doesn't matter which. There is no gay or straight in here, there's only sex and pain. And you get banged up every day, again, again, and again. Now the boot's on the other foot, and this story's final twist. They found you dead in the shower. Thank fuck you've slashed your wrists. Cheers.
This is our final little piece. So this is about struggling to get old, I suppose. It's called Public Enemy number 13. Changes seem just to arrive. Now he struggles to survive. He's tumbled down the numbers to the lower end of the chart. It's not easy getting older when things start to fall apart. He's public enemy number 13. Looked down upon as a has-been. He has declined disgracefully. He used to be at the top of the tree. Here is a gangster getting older, always looking over his shoulder. He sees no bluebirds flying by. He's punch drunk and demoralized. Painfully he knows his demise will come at the hand of one of the guys, a wise guy who's replaced him. Diversify your interest. Advisors urged him to invest. Go legit gradually. Court some high society. But he couldn't resist one more score. Playing cat and mouse with the law. Respect was what he once inspired. Now he's frightened, old and tired. One stretch too many, one stretch too long. He knows he no longer belongs. The old gang's gone, a new gang rules. He's obsolete, a blunted tool. Methods change as does the code. Time and place and control have shifted from beneath his feet. Without numbers he is weak. He's vulnerable, in a lurch. He's got knocked right off his perch. He's a gangster getting older. Lonely street feels colder. A wind of change blew him down. No one wants him hanging round. Nobody listens now or cares. He can't intimidate. No one's scared. Being reduced in circumstance. Not even worth a backward glance. He's public enemy number 13. His ranking's getting lower. He used to be number 1. He used to have some power.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
And raise a glass to Steve Burt. Cheers.